Hey guys, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? I have a fly and I'm naming it 3-letter agency fly because this fly is doing zoomies. So you know how like a dog or a cat will like get 2 in the morning, like just get the most craziest energy and zip around like a crazy nut. That's what this fly is doing. I had to go out today. This is how I think this thing got in here. I had to return a modem. I had to return cable boxes the other day. And there was a big discrepancy on my account. So, of course, I'm in there for 3 hours. I spoke about it in my last video. I had to go to Coinstar and I had to cash in cans, but there's a limit. So you're only allowed $12 a day. Not cool because I have a lot of cans that I just want to get rid of. So of course I get home and I had to bring everything in. There's morons that are in New York besides catalytic converters. They also just go into people's cars and take what they want. I need those cans because I need money. I don't have any other source of income right now. And I'm in desperate times. And I've saved these cans for an art project that was going to cut the aluminum out. But I can't do that anymore because desperate times means desperate measures. So as I'm ripping up my house, I'm finding all this change. I'm like, thank goodness. I cashed those in, cashed cans in, and I brought everything in my house and my door had to be open. And of course, this little shit comes in the house. I hope a spider gets it. I don't like to kill anything. I also had a really good friend of mine Amazon me some packing tape because I ran out. And very important when boxing that I tape everything up, and now I have hopefully enough tape to get the job done. So the door was open a bit today. I'm trying to remain calm. Today's reading, the Urantia Book, paper 31. And what's special about this is that it's the last portion of the central and super universes, because the next portion is juicy. New section. Woohoo! The local universe, sponsored by a Nebadon corpse of local universe personalities, acting by authority of Gabriel of Savington. Really interesting. So this is the last section, and I saw that and I'm like, oh, I got to do it. Yeah, today was not fun by any stretch of the imagination. This fly is driving me nuts. And before I do begin, please hit that like. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Please share because it's caring. If you have it within you to help me out, to support my work, if you have ever gotten a light bulb moment, a mic drop, a connect the dot, a new book to read, please try to donate a love gift. It's in the drop box below, all the information. And I know a lot of people have been commenting on the purge video that I did, just to catch everybody up on what happened. I had food poisoning. I was brutally sick from trucking. My back was very sore. I'm still very not weak, but today I had a hard time when I was doing the cans. It's all standing. and I like started to get very weak. And that's, you know, I've been packing and holding heavy boxes and stuff, and I've taken a few days off from that. So I'm just now starting to get back on my feet. I'm holding food down, but I'm hungry, but I'm not feeling okay with certain foods. So, you know, just trying to figure out what's not going to make my stomach upset for the moment, from the time being. It's been crazy. Before I do begin, I just want to put something out there. A lot of people have been concerned with CERN and what happened today with the stuff that happened in Georgia that looks like Stonehenge. That's a good thing. That's a good sign. But now they're purging people off of YouTube. Fun times. I just want to put it out there that we are safe. We're going to see a lot more happen. Buckle up. For those of you who are not aware or awake to a lot of the political stuff, I don't tend to talk about much because I don't want to get kicked off of platforms. I follow certain things. Please follow me on Telegram if you have that app or you're interested in knowing more. I expressively put a lot of information on there, and it's a platform if people want to chit chat to each other, ask questions. I'm up at really odd hours. The energies are bananas. So, you know, I always answer within a day, if depending on my sleep schedule and what's going on in life. So I just want to put it out there. I don't want anybody in fear. That's like the worst thing you can do right now, is be in fear. The light won already. We're just playing this out. And it stinks, because really not good for me, because it's not helping me one bit financially. It's not helping me with my move. And I didn't even put my house up for sale yet. I'm just going to be honest. I have to clear out this house. I'm putting what I am taking in the garage, and I'm doing yard sales. I'm putting stuff up as they come along online to sell, so that if somebody does and is interested in selling and, you know, buying my house, all I have to do is back a van up and pack it up. That's it. So I am trying to make this as easy and less painless as possible. And of course, I have to do this all myself. I really have no money in the bank. For whatever reason, I still have internet, so I'm going with it. I kind of bought some days because I kind of bibbly-dibbly'd to Verizon. So any kind of help that can be given to help me in this in-between process of moving and then finding a home. And I need a storage facility. I need to rent a van. Gas is still astronomically high. Tolls here are ridiculously high. It's a lot, and I don't have it. And it's not like you close the house and money comes right away. It doesn't. So I need some help, and if you can, it would be great. If not, just share someone along the way, a patriot, people that said they were going to help. Maybe they might help me. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath anymore for anybody that put that out there. But I'm putting it into the ether, into the universe, that I am going to receive help somehow, some way, angelically, from creator, whatever have you. Okay. It's going like this around my head right now. It's going like this. And I did, my friend got me tape. I put packing tape in certain spots that I know where it lands. So if it lands on it, I'm going to go bring it to a spider and have the spider have fun with it. The corpse of the finality, paper 31. The corpse of mortal finaliters represents the present known destination of the ascending adjuster fuse mortals of time. But there are other groups who are also assigned to this corpse. The primary finaliter corpse is composed of the following: Havona natives, gravity messengers, glorified mortals, adopted seraphim, glorified material sons, glorified midway creatures. These 6 groups of glorified beings compose this unique body of eternal destiny. We think we know their future work, but we are not certain. While the corpse of the mortal finality is mobilizing on paradise, and while they now so extensively minister to the universes of space and administer the world settled in light and life, their future destination must be the now organizing universes of outer space. At least that is the conjecture of Uversa. The corpse is organized in accordance with the working associations of the worlds of space and in keeping with the associative experience acquired throughout the long and eventful ascending career. All the ascending creatures admitted to this corpse are received in equality, but this exalted equality in no way abrogates individually or destroys personal identity. We can immediately discern in communicating with a finaliter whether he is an ascendant mortal, Havona native, adopted seraphim, midway creature, or material son. During the present universe age, the finaliters return to serve in the universes of time. They are assigned to labor successfully in the different super universes, and neither in their native super universes until after they have served in all the other 6 super creations. Thus, may they acquire the 7-fold concept of the Supreme Being. One or more companies of the mortal finaliters are constantly in service on Urantia. There is no domain of universe service to which they are not assigned. They function universally and with altering in equal periods of assigned duty and free service. We have no idea as to the nature of the future organization of this extraordinary group, but the finaliters are now wholly a self-governing body. They choose their own permanent, periodic, and assignment leaders and directors. No outside influence can ever be brought to bear upon their policies, and their oath of allegiance is only to the Paradise Trinity. I hope it buzzes close to the microphone. The finaliters maintain their own headquarters on Paradise and the super universes, in the local universes, and on their divisional capitals. They are a separate order of evolutionary creation. We do not directly manage them or control them, and yet they are absolutely loyal and always cooperative with all our plans. They are indeed the accumulating, tried and true souls of time and space, the evolutionary soul of the universe, and they are forever proof against evil and secure against sin. The Havona natives. Many of the Havona natives who serve as teachers in the pilgrim training schools of the central universe become greatly attached to the ascending mortals, and still more intrigued with the future work and destiny of the corpse of mortal finaliters. On Paradise, there is maintained at the administration headquarters of the corpse a registry for Havona volunteers preside over the Associate of Grandfadia. Today, you will find millions upon millions of Havona natives upon this waiting list. These perfect beings of direct and divine creation are of great assistance to the mortal corpse of finality, and they will undoubtedly be of great greater service in the far distant future. They provide the viewpoint of one born in perfection and divine repleteness. The finaliters thus express both phases of experimental existence, perfect and perfected. Harvona natives must achieve certain experimental developments in liaison with evolutionary beings, which will create reception capacity for the bestowal of fragments of the spirit of the Universal Father. The mortal finaliter corpse has a permanent members only such beings as have been fused with the spirit of the first source and center, or who, like the gravity messengers, innately embody the spirit and of God the Father. The inhabitants of the central universe are received into the corpse in the ratio of 1 in 1,000, a finaliter company. The corpse is organized for temporary service in companies of 1,000. The ascended creatures numbering 997 to 1 Harvona native and 1 gravity messenger. Finaliters are thus mobilized in companies, but the finality oath is administered individually. It is an oath of weeping implications and eternal import. The Harvona native takes the same oath and becomes forever attached to the corpse. The Harvona recruits follow the company of their assignment. Wherever the group goes, they go. And you should see their enthusiasm in the new work of the finaliters. The possibility of obtaining the corpse of the finality is one of the superb thrills of Harvona. The possibility of becoming a finaliter is one of the supreme adventures of these perfect races. The Harvona natives are also received in the same ratio into the corpse of conjoint trinitized finaliters on Visurgington and into the corpse of transcendental finaliters on Paradise. The Harvona citizens regard these three destinies as constituting the supreme goals of their supernal careers, together with their possible administration to the corpse of Harvona finaliters. Gravity messengers. Wherever and whenever gravity messengers are functioning, the finaliters are in command. All gravity messengers are under the exclusive jurisdiction of Grandfadia, and they are assigned only to the primary corpse of the finality. They are invaluable to the finaliters even now, and they will be all serviceable in the eternal future. No other group of intelligent creatures possess such a personalized messenger corpse, able to transcend time and space. Similar types of messenger recorders attached to other finaliter corpse are not personalized, they are absentized. Gravity messengers hail from Divinington, and they are modified and personified, personalized adjusters. But no one of our Uversa group will undertake to explain the nature of one of these messengers. We know they are highly personal beings, divine, intelligent, and touchingly understanding, but we do not comprehend their timeless technique of traversing space. They seem to be competent to utilize any of and all energy circuits and even gravity. Finaliters of the mortal corpse cannot defy time and space, but they have associated with them and subject to their command all but infinite spirit personalities who can. We presume to call gravity messengers personalities, but in reality, they are super spirit beings, unlimited and boundless personalities. They are of an entirely different order of personality, and as compared with solitary messengers. Gravity messengers may be attached to a finaliter company in unlimited numbers, but only one messenger, the chief of his fellows, is mustered into the mortal corpse of the finality. This chief, however, has assigned to him a permanent staff of 999 fellow messengers, and as occasion may require, be called upon the reserves of the order for assistance in unlimited numbers. Gravity messengers and glorified mortal finaliters achieve a touching and profound affection for one another. They have much in common. One is a direct personalization of a fragment of the Universal Father. The other, a creature personality existent in the surviving immortal soul, fused with a fragment of the same Universal Father, the Spirit, thought adjuster. Very interesting. Glorified mortals. Ascendant adjuster fused mortals compose the bulk of the primary corpse of finality. Together with the adopted and glorified seraphim, they usually constitute 990 in each finaliter company. The proportion of mortals and angels in any one group varies through the mortals far outnumber the seraphim. The Havona natives, glorified material sons, glorified midway creatures, the gravity messengers, and the unknown and missing member make up only 1% of the corpse. Each company of 1,000 finaliters has places for just 10 of these non-mortal and non-seraphic personalities. We of Uversa do not know the finality destiny of the ascendant mortals of time. At present, they reside on paradise and temporarily serve in the corpse of light and life. But such a tremendous course of ascendant training and such a lengthy universe discipline must be designed to qualify them for even greater tests of trust and more sublime services of responsibility. Notwithstanding that these ascendant mortals have obtained paradise, have been mustered into the corpse of the finality, and have been sent back in large numbers to participate in the conduct of local universes and to assist in the administration of super-universe affairs. In the face of even this apparent destiny, there remains the significant fact that they are of record as only 6-stage spirits. There undoubtedly remains one more step in the career of the mortal corpse of finality. We do not know the nature of that step, but we have taken cognizance of, and here call attention to, 3 facts. 1, we know from the records that mortals are spirits of the first order during their sojourn in the minor sectors, and that they advance to the second order when translated to the major sectors, and to the third when they go forward to the central training worlds of the super universe. Mortals become Kortan or graduate spirits after reaching the 6th circle of Havona, and become spirits of the 5th order when they find the Universal Father. They subsequently obtain the 6th stage of spirit existence upon taking the oath that musters them forever into the eternity assignment of the corpse of the mortal finality. We observe that spirit classification or designation has been determined by actual advancement from one realm of universe service to another realm of universe service, or from one universe to another universe, and we surmise that the bestowal of 7th spirit classification upon the mortal corpse of the finality will be simultaneous with their advancement to eternal assignment for service on here too. Unrecorded and unrevealed spheres of concomitant with their attainment of God the Supreme. But aside from these bold conjectures, we really know no more about all this than you do. Our knowledge of the mortal career does not go beyond present paradise destiny. 2, the mortal finaliters have fully complied with the injunction of the ages. Be you perfect. They have ascended the universal path of mortal attainment. They have found God, and they have been duly inducted into the corpse of the finality. Such beings have obtained the present limit of spirit progression, but not finality or ultimate spirit status. They have achieved the present limit of creature perfection, but not finality of creature service. They have experienced the fullness of deity worship, but not finality of experimental deity attainment. 3, The glorified mortals of paradise corpse of finality are ascendant beings in possession of experimental knowledge of every step of the actuality and philosophy of the fullest possible life of intelligent existence, while during the ages of this ascent from the lowest material worlds to the spiritual heights of paradise, these surviving creatures have been trained to the limits of their capacity, respecting every detail of every divine principle of the just and efficient, as well as merciful and patient administration of all the universal creation of time and space. When deemed that human beings are entitled to share our opinions and that you are free to conjecture with us respecting the mysteries of the ultimate destiny of paradise corpse of finality, it seems evident to us that the present assignments of the perfected evolutionary creatures partake of the nature of postgraduate courses in universe understanding and super universe administration. And we all ask, why should the gods be so concerned in so thoroughly training surviving mortals in the technique of universal management? Good question. Adopted seraphim. Many of the faithful seraphic guardians of mortals are permitted to go through the ascending career with their human wards. And many of these guardian angels, after becoming father fused, join their subjects in taking the finality or oath of eternity and forever accept the destiny of their mortal associates. Angels who pass through the ascending experience of mortal beings may share the destiny of human nature. They may equally and eternally be mustered into the corpse of the finality. Large numbers of the adopted and glorified seraphim are attached to the various non-mortal finality or corpse. Glorified material sons. There is a provision in the universe of time and space whereby the animic citizens of the local systems, when long delayed in receiving planetary assignment, may initiate a petition for release from the permanent citizenship status. And if granted, they join the ascendant pilgrims on the universe capitals and thence proceed onward to the paradise and corpse of the finality. When an advanced evolutionary world obtains the later eras of the age of light and life, the material sons, the planetary Adam and Eve, may elect to humanize, receive adjusters, and embark upon the evolutionary course of universe ascent, leading to the corpse of mortal finaliters. Certain of these material sons have partially failed or technically defaulted in their mission as biologic accelerators, as Adam did on Urantia. And then are they compelled to take the natural course of the peoples of the realm, receive adjusters, pass through death, and progress by faith through the ascendant regime, subsequently obtaining paradise and the corpse of the finality? These material sons are not to be found in many finaliter companies. Their presence lends great potential to the possibilities of hive service for such a group, and they are invariably chosen as its leaders. If both of the Adamic pair are attached to the same group, they are usually permitted to function jointly as one personality. Such ascendant pairs are far more successful in the adventure of trinitizing than are the ascendant mortals. Glorified midway creatures. On many planets, the midway creatures are produced in large numbers, but they seldom tarry on their native world subsequent to its being settled in light and life. Then or soon thereafter, they are released from permanent citizenship status and start on the ascension to paradise, passing through the Urantia worlds, the super universe and Hervona in company with the mortals of time and space. The midway creatures from various universes differ greatly in origin and nature, but they are all destined to one or another of the paradise finality corpse. The secondary midwayers are all eventually adjust or fused and are mustered into the mortal corpse. Many finaliter companies have one of these glorified beings in their group. the evangels of light. At the present time, every finality company numbers 999 personalities of oath status, permanent members. The vacant place is occupied by the chief of attached evangels of light assigned to any single mission, but these beings are only transient members of the corpse. Any celestial personality assigned to the service of any finality corpse is denominated an evangel of light. These beings do not take the finality oath, and though subject to the corpse organization, they are not permanent attached. This group may embrace solitary messengers, supernafim, secundafim, paradise citizens, or their trinitized offspring, any being required to the prosecution of a transient finality assignment, whether or not the corpse is to have these beings attached to the eternal mission, we do not know. At the conclusion of attachment, these evangels of light resume their former status. As the mortal corpse of the finality is at present constituted, there are just 6 classes of permanent members. The finaliters, as might be expected, engage much speculation as to the identity of their future comrades, but there is little agreement among them. We of Uversa often conjecture respecting the identity of the 7 group of finaliters. We entertain many ideas, embracing possible assignment of some of the accumulating corpse of the numerous trinitized groups on Paradise, Vice Urgington, and the Inner Havona Circuit. It is even conjectured that the corpse of the finality may be permitted to trinitize many of their assistants in the work of the universe administration, in the event they are destined to the service of universes now in the making. One of us holds the opinion that this vacant place in the corpse will be filled by some type of being of origin in the new universe of their future service. The others inclines to the belief that these places will be occupied by some type of paradise personality, not yet created, eventuated, or trinitized, but will most likely await the entrance of the finaliters upon their 7th stage of spiritual attainment before we really know. The transcendentlers. Part of the perfected mortals experience, sorry guys, had to fix my teeth, on Paradise as a finaliter consists in the efforts to achieve comprehension of the nature and function of more than 1,000 groups of the transcendental super citizens of Paradise, eventuated beings of abstinent attributes. In their association with these super personalities, the ascendant finaliters receive great assistance from the helpful guidance of numerous orders of transcendental ministers, who are assigned to the task of introducing the evolved finaliters to their new paradise brethren. The entire order of the transcendentalers live in the west of Paradise in a vast area which they exclusively occupy. In the discussion of transcendentalers, we are restricted not only by the limitations of human comprehension, but also by the terms of the mundane governing these disclosures. Concerning the personalities of Paradise, these beings are in no way connected with the mortal ascendant to Havona. The vast host of the Paradise transcendentalers have nothing whatever to do with the affairs of either Havona or the 7 super universes, being concerned only with the super administration of the affairs of the master universe. You, being a creature, can conceive of a creator, but you can hardly comprehend that there exists an enormous and diversified aggregation of intelligent beings who are neither creators nor transcendentalers, you know what I'm talking about. I said it earlier, I can't get it out. Create no beings, neither were they created. In speaking of their origin, in order to avoid using a new term, an arbitrary or meaningless designation, We deem it best to say that the transcendentals simply eventuate. The deity absolute may well have been concerned in their origin and may be implicated in their destiny, but these unique beings are not now dominated by the deity absolute. They are subject to God, the ultimate, and their present paradise sojourn is in every way Trinity supervised and directed. Although all mortals who obtain paradise frequently fraternize with the transcendentals, as they do with the paradise citizens, it develops that man's first serious contact with the transcendental occurs on that eventful occasion when, as a member of a new Finality group, the mortal ascender stands in the Finality receiving circle as a Trinity oath of eternity and administered by the chief of transcendentals, the presiding head of the architects of the master universe. That's cool. Architects of the master universe. The architects of the master universe are the governing corps of the paradise transcendentals. This governing corps numbers 28,011 personalities possessing master minds, superb spirits, and supernal absinites. The presiding officers of this magnificent group, the senior master architect, is a coordinating head of all paradise intelligences below the level of deity. The 16th proscription of the mandate authorizing these narratives says, if deemed wise, the existence of the architects of the master universe and their associates may be disclosed, but their origin, nature, and destiny may not be fully revealed. We may, however, inform you that these master architects exist in 7 levels of their absinite. These 7 groups are classified as follows. 1, the paradise level. Only the senior or first eventuated architect functions on this high level of the absinite. This ultimate personality, neither creator nor creature, eventuated in the dawn of eternity and now functions as the exquisite coordinator of paradise and its 21 worlds of associated activities. 2, the Harvona level. The second architect eventuated, yielding 3 master planners and absinite administrators, and they have always been devoted to coordination of the 1 billion perfected spheres of the central universe. Paradise tradition asserts that these 3 architects, with the counsel of the pre-eventuated senior architect, contributed to planning of Harvona, but we really don't know. 3, the super universe level. The third absinite level embraces the 7 master architects of the 7 super universes, who now as a group spend about equal time in company of the 7 master spirits or paradise, and with the 7 supreme executives on 7 special worlds of the infinite spirit. They are the super coordinators of the grand universe. 4, the primary space level. This group numbers 70 architects, and we conjecture that they are concerned with the ultimate plans for the first universe of outer space, now mobilizing beyond the borders of the present 7 super universes. 5, the secondary space level. The 5th corps of architects numbers 490. And again, we conjecture that they must be concerned with the second universe of outer space, where already our physicists have detected definite energy mobilizations. 6, the tertiary space level. The 6th group of the master architects numbers 3,430, and we likewise infer that they may be occupied with the gigantic plans for the 3rd universe of outer space. The quadrant space level. This, the final and largest corps, consists of 24,010 master architects, and if our former conjectures are valid, it must be related to the 4th and last of the ever-increasing size of universes of outer space. These 7 groups of master architects total 28,011 universe planners. On Paradise, there is a tradition that far back in eternity, there was an attempt attempted the eventuation of the 28,012th master architect, but this being failed to absentalize, experiencing personality seizure by the universal absolute. It is possible that the ascending series of the master architects obtained the limit of absentee in the 28,011th architect, and that the 28,012th attempt encountered the mathematical level of the presence of the absolute. In other words, at the 28,012th eventuation level, the quality of absentee equivalated to the level of universal and obtained the value of the absolute. In their functional organization, 3 supervising architects of Ravona act as associate assistants to the solitary paradise architect. The 7 architects of the superuniverses act as coordinates of 3 supervisors of Ravona. The 70 planners of the universe of the primary outer space level are at present serving as associate assistants to the 7 architects of the 7 superuniverses. The architects of the master universe have at their disposal numerous groups of assistants and helpers, including 2 vast orders of force organizers, the primary, eventuated, and associated transcendental. These master force organizers are not to be confused with the power directors who are germane to the grand universe. All beings produced by the union of the children of time and eternity, such as the Trinitized offspring of the finaliters and the paradise citizens, become wards of the master architects. But of all other creatures or entities revealed as functioning in the present organized universes, only solitary messengers and inspired Trinity spirits maintain any organic association with the transcendentals and the architects of the master universe. The master architects contribute technical approval of the assignment of the creator sons to their space sites for the organization of the local universes. There is a very close association between the master architects and the paradise creator sons. And while this relationship is unrevealed, you have been informed of the association of the architects and the grand universe supreme creators in the relationship of the first experimental trinity. These 2 groups together with the evolving and experimental supreme being constitute the trinity ultimate of transcendental values and master universe meanings. The ultimate adventure. The senior master architect has the oversight of 7 corps of the finality, and they are the Corp 1, the corps of mortal finaliters, 2, the corps of paradise finaliters, 3, the corps of trinitized finaliters, 4, the corps of conjoint trinitized finaliters, 5, the corps of Ravona finaliters, 6, the corps of transcendental finaliters, 7, the corps of unrevealed sons of destiny. Each of these destiny corps has a preceding head, and the 7 constitute the Supreme Council of Destiny on Paradise. And during the present universe age, Grandfadia is the chief of this supreme body of universe assignment for the children of ultimate destiny. The gathering together of these 7 finaliter corps signifies reality, mobilization of potentials, personalities, minds, spirits, absinites, and experimental actualities that probably transcend even the future master universe functions of the supreme being. These 7 finaliter corps probably signify the present activity of the ultimate trinity, engaged in mustering the forces of the finite and the absentite in preparation for the inconceivable developments in the universes of outer space. Nothing like this mobilization has taken place since the near times of eternity, when the Paradise Trinity similarly mobilized then existing personalities of the Paradise and Ravona commissioned them as administrators and rulers of the projected 7 superuniverses of time and space. The 7 finaliter corps represents the divinity response of the grand universe to the future needs of the undeveloped potentials in the outer universes of future eternal activities. We venture the forecast of future and greater outer universes of inhabited worlds new spheres peopled with new orders of exquisite and unique beings, a material universe sublime in its ultimacy, a vast creation lacking in only one important detail, the presence of actual finite experience in the universal life of ascended existence. Such a universe will come into being under a tremendous experimental handicap, the deprivation of participation in the evolution of the Almighty Supreme. These outer universes will all enjoy the matchless ministry and supernal over control of the Supreme Being, but the very fact of his active presence precludes their participation in the actualization of the Supreme Deity. During the present universe age, the evolving personalities of the grand universe suffer many difficulties due to the incomplete actualization of the sovereignty of God the Supreme. But we are all sharing the unique experience of his evolution. We evolve in him, and he evolves in us. Sometime in the eternal future, the evolution of Supreme Deity will become a complete fact of universe history, and the opportunity to participate in this wonderful experience will have passed from stage of cosmic action. But those of us who have acquired this unique experience during the youth of the universe will treasure it throughout all future eternity. And many of us speculate that it may be the mission of the gradually accumulating reserves of the ascendant and perfected mortals of the corpse of finality, in association with other 6 similarly recruiting corps, to administer these outer universes in an effort to compensate their experimental deficiencies, and not having participated in the time-space evolution of the Supreme Being. These deficiencies are inevitable on all levels of universe existence. During the present universe age, we of the higher levels of spiritual existence now come down to administer the evolutionary universes and minister to the ascending mortals, thus endeavoring to atone for their deficiencies in the realities of the higher spiritual experiences. But we really know nothing about the plans of the architects of the master universe respecting these outer creations. Nevertheless, all 3 things are certain. 1, there actually is a vast and new system of universes gradually organizing in the domains of outer space, new orders of physical creations, enormous and gigantic circles of swarming universes upon universes, far out beyond the present bounds of the peopled and organized creations, are actually visible through your telescopes. At present, there's outer creations are wholly physical. They are apparently uninhabited and seem to be devoid of creature administration. 2, for ages upon ages, there continues the unexplained and wholly mysterious paradise mobilization of the perfected and ascendant beings of time and space, in association with the 6 other finaliter corps. 3, concomitantly, I'm not going to ever get that word out properly. With these transactions, the Supreme Person of Deity is powerizing as the almighty sovereign of the super creations. As we view this triune development embracing creatures, universes, and deity, can we be criticized for anticipating that something new and unrevealed is approaching accumulation in the master universe? Is it not natural that we should associate these age-long mobilization and organization of physical universes on such a hereto unknown scale, and the personality emergence of the Supreme Being with the stupendous scheme of upstepping the mortals of time to divine perfection, and with their subsequent mobilization on paradise in the corpse of the finality, a designation and destiny enshrouded in the universal mystery? It is increasingly the belief of all Uversa that the assembling corpse of the finality are destined to some future service in the universes of outer space, where we already are able to identify the clustering of at least 70,000 aggregations of matter, each of which is greater than one of the present super universes. Evolutionary mortals are born on the planets of space, passing through the Urantia worlds, ascended the spirit universes, traversed the Harvona spheres, found God, obtained paradise, and are mustered into the primary corpse of the finality they are in to await the next assignment of the universe service. There are 6 other assembling finality corps, but Grandfather, the first mortal ascender, presides as paradise chief of all orders of finaliters. And as we view this sublime spectacle, we all claim, what a glorious destiny for the animal origin children of time, the material sons of space. Jointly sponsored by Divine Counselor and one without name and number, authorized to function by the Ancients of Days on Uversa. These 31 papers depicting the nature of deity, the reality of paradise, the organization and working of the central and super universes, the personalities of the grand universe, and the high destiny of the evolutionary mortals were sponsored, formulated, and put into English by a high commission consisting of 24 Alvantian administrators acting in accordance with the mandate issued by the Ancients of Days of Uversa, directing that we should do this on Urantia 606 of Satania in Nordalak of Nebadon in the year AD 1934. So that, my friends, is paper 34. And next time we're going to get on to part 2 of the Urantia book, the local universe. That was like the big. So I hope you enjoyed this first part. I sure did. I learned a lot. And again, you don't need to resonate with everything that I read. You don't need to take in, there's a lot of controversy with this book as it's been unfolding. A lot of people are afraid of it. A lot of people think it's a psyop. A lot of people have not too many nice things to say, but then other people read and find this book incredible, amazing, and very informative. So again, I'm not here to argue. I'm here to enlighten you. I'm here to wake some people up. Some people respond to the Urantia work. Some people respond to Awaspe. Some people respond to the Law of One. Some people respond to the Hermetic texts or Gnostic texts. A lot of people respond to different things, but the idea is to branch outside your one book paradigm, to find something that you can relate to that brings you to source, but not in a religious way. And yes, Urantia book has a lot of religion in it in the later end. But again, it's very interesting. I like to read different things. And I've been enjoying this book so far, so I hope you do too. I hope everybody has an amazing night. Please consider helping me help myself so I can get out of this hole and I can stop asking for help. Because once I get out of my situation and once I'm able to move and get a job, even if it's not right away, I will still be okay and have enough to pay the bills. And if anything, the last 7 months have taught me that I really don't need that much. I just need enough to get by. And I don't like living in survival mode because I've been doing that my whole life. But I'm used to it and it's okay. But and I don't have to ask for help anymore. That's something I don't like to do, and I don't like to stress it too much. I don't like to air my dirty laundry out. But a lot of why I made this channel was because I had nowhere to turn. And I wanted to provide a service and to provide knowledge, which should be free for everybody, to awaken. And that's one of my missions, is to help awaken and to spiritually help others. And that's, you know, that's free, and it should always be free. But an exchange of energy is important in the world, so I'm putting it out there, hoping that abundance and my angels and my guides are seeing that I'm making a very quite enormous effort, and it's very tiring. It's very overwhelming. I'm very blessed to have some friends that I've grown up with. I don't really get to see often, but they help me with food and supplies. I mean, packing tape is like a huge thing right now. I'm like the happiest person in the world right now for packing tape. My house looks like an explosion. It's driving me crazy, but I have to like tear everything out and box everything up, and it's a process. So I hope everybody understands that I'm not posting too much every day. I knew this time would come, but any and all help is appreciated. Sending each and every one of you love and light. And I just, lastly, it's just spirit. I know there's so many of you who are going through a very similar phase, or have already gone through it, or is in the middle of it. I'm not alone in this, just about to lose everything. Can't afford food, can't afford the gas, can't afford the bills, and we're all going through it. It's gonna get better. I am putting out the energy to all of you who are in the struggle right now. I'm trying to stay strong. I'm trying to raise my vibrations. I am trying to meditate at least once or twice a day. I am trying to play affirmations as I'm cleaning up the house, as I'm boxing things. I run a bunch of affirmations. So please, something to consider to uplift your energy. And yes, it's very overwhelming. It's devastating. I'm embarrassed to even be in this situation. And again, I had to put my pride down. It's not easy when you've worked your entire life and you just watched everything go away and like come out of your hands. And again, no fault of my own, and no fault of most of the people that are watching me of their own. So I'm praying for all of you. I'm putting it out into the universe that we all get abundance, and that we all get uplifted and have opportunities in the things that we wouldn't even imagine were giving us opportunities. But again, this is not just me. This is a lot of people. So the most you can do for free is to hit that like button and to share. And that's so appreciated, as it is. Have a great night, guys.